Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Fong. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And I'm going to listen to some of your pronunciation practice exercises right now, Fong, that you recorded from my online TOEFL course. So let's get started. And the first one, you're working on the L and the R, and then also what's called the flap. And you said, thank you for being my TOEFL IBT instructor. You're welcome. And I'm glad to have you as a student. Okay, let's get started. Here we go.
Lean, rear, better.
So far, so good.
Luggage, rugged, other.
I would say rugged. So luggage, rugged, utter.
Right, light, committed.
Okay, now the flap, when the T's in the middle of the word, is kind of like a D, so it's committed. Now if you speak British English, committed, committed.
Limb, middle, pale, beer, butter.
Butter, butter.
Lid, grit, greater.
Now you're having trouble with the R there. It's read, redder.
Latches, ratchet, batted, love.
So I would say latches, ratchet, batted.
Rough, gusted.
There will be cutest, cutest. Okay, so these are kind of hard for you. Let's work on them one more time. Repeat after me. Lean, rear, better. 2. Luggage, rugged, utter. 3. Right, light, committed. Number 4. Rim, limb, middle. Number 5. Peel, beer, butter. Number 6. Lead, read, redder. Number 7. Latches, ratchet, batted. Number 8. Love, rough, cutest. Okay, let's go to your voice recording exercise 1.
Seer, harder, novelistic, nevertheless, writer.
Okay, so novelistic, nevertheless. So the flap sound you don't like. But you know what? If you pronounce it as a T, that's fine. That's not American English, but it doesn't matter. So if you want to say better instead of better, or butter instead of butter, I don't see any major problem with that. So don't worry about that.
Voice recording exercise 1. More than 36 years after he made history as the first American to orbit the Earth, Senator John S. Glenn Jr. will return to space as part of a multinational group with the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery in late October.
Okay, pretty good. The one word there, I'm going to say orbit. Orbit. And then when you say the word H, John H. Glenn.
2. Scientific endeavors on
I would say scientific endeavors.
the STX-95 mission are not limited to furthering an understanding of the human body.
You had some trouble with the STS-95. Again, STS-95. You're not pronouncing your S's very clearly in that. Again, STS-95.
But also we expand our understanding of the closest star to our planet, the Sun, and how it affects life on Earth.
And the one word I would say planet. Planet.
3.
Three.
Achilles tendon
The Achilles tendon.
Is the large tendon located in the back of the leg that inserts into the heel. 4. Starting in the late 1970s, I developed techniques that integrated the experimental rigors of the laboratory.
So I would say there, let's work on this one again. You have, I developed techniques that integrated the experimental rigor of the laboratory or laboratory if you're in England.
With what little words they know about Theros communication in nature. 5. Although a few other species of bats move readily on the ground and some take off from the ground, no other species possess the extreme terrestrial agility and jumping ability of vampire bats.
So these longer sentences are giving you a little bit of trouble. There's so many new words in there for you, so you're struggling a little bit. All right, let's go to the next one.
Voice recording exercise 2. Muscular strength is the ability of the muscle to create force. This is shown by how much weight can be lifted during one effort. This is important in sports such as track and field and football, as well as routine activities such as lifting groceries or moving furniture.
Okay. So I think we're going in the right direction. Let's read the paragraph one more time. And again, try to read it with me naturally and fluently without so many pauses. But also keep focused on your pronunciation of your vowel and consonant sounds. Here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Muscular strength is the ability of the muscle to create force. This is shown by how much weight can be lifted during one effort. This is important in sports such as track and field and football, as well as routine activities such as lifting groceries or moving furniture. All right, let's keep going. Now, the next exercise, you have a 3-minute practice exercise. You're going over my Speak Clearly lesson number 16 out of 46. You're practicing the K and the G consonant sounds. Okay, so let me find that lesson quickly. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay.
K, cat, sink, sack, lake, leg, take, tag, coat, goat, cam, game, car, girl. K, gate, cap, gap, cause, gauze.
Okay, not bad. I think you generally have the idea there. And don't forget, when the G's at the end of the word, the vowel which precedes it will be longer. So, sink, sag. Lake, lag. Take, tag. So don't forget to make that vowel a little bit longer before voice consonants.
Voice recording exercise 1.
Okay, here we go.
1. Astronomer Michael Ahern will lead a team that's planning to find out what.
When you want to blend that, not find out, but find out. Find out. Usually, when we have a verb and then you have your preposition directly after it, you'll take the final sound of the one word and blend it to the first sound of the preposition.
Inside the comet chamber 1 by smashing into it with a 771-pound copper hammer.
Say copper hammer.
The biggest they could loft into space. 2. The king is going to get crazy when he
crazy.
finds out that
Finds out that the corn has guarded.
the corn he has guarded is all gone. 3. Counting all the gases in the universe during the course of one's lifetime can take a number as high as a Google. 4. To engage in regulating correct conformity is good, but can often lead to subjective, creative, and negative aggression.
Okay, not bad.
5. The consequence of
No, wait a minute. It's, don't forget that, the ES, consequences. So usually when we put an S on a word that ends in an S, we have to create a new syllable. So consequence is singular, consequences is plural.
aggressive crime gives criminal punishment mentioned in magazines so severe.
You want to say mentioned in some magazines. So keep working on the S. The S is a little bit of a problem for you. So mentioned in some magazines.
That they may never work in normal society again.
Okay, now let's go to the paragraph reading, see how you're doing.
Voice recording exercise 2. Classical conditioning is a form of learning in which two stimuli are associated so that the first evokes the response that
You want to say the response. So it's an SP consonant cluster, response.
normally follows the second. The first study done with classical conditioning was performed by Ivan Pavlov, a Russian psychologist.
Physiologist.
Pavlov not
Again, physiologist, not psychologist. Psychologist is a totally different word.
that the dogs in his laboratory salivated not only when they ate their food, but also before they had taken a bite. Pavlov discovered that if he rang a bell before he let the dogs eat, eventually the dogs would start salivating as soon as they heard the bell. As soon as the dogs heard the bell, they began to act like a dog about to be fed.
Okay, you're getting there. That's pretty good. Now, let me read it with you one more time just for practice purposes. So, here we go. Classical conditioning is a form of learning in which two stimuli are associated so that the first evokes a response that normally follows the second. The first studies done with classical conditioning were performed by Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist. Pavlov noticed that the dogs in his laboratory salivated not only when they ate their food, but also before they had taken a bite. Pavlov discovered that if he rang a bell before he let the dogs eat, eventually the dogs would start salivating as soon as they heard the bell. As soon as the dogs heard the bell, they began to act like a dog about to be fed. All right, let's go to your last lesson that you submitted to me today. This is about a 3-minute lesson that's focusing on the syllabic consonants and un, as in the words possum, button. All right, let's see how we did on this. Okay, I'm looking for it right now. Okay, here we go. I got it. Okay, we're ready.
Number. Discussion.
But you're having discussion. Usually, Fong, when you have two S's together in the middle of the word, in many cases it's an SH sound.
Volcanism. Written.
I would say volcanism. Volcanism.
Maximum. Question.
You're doing better on that X. Remember, it's the KS. Maximum.
Jason. Often. Columbia. Transition.
Transition.
Assumption. Random.
Take a look at the word assumption. Assumption.
Equilibrium. Person.
We'll probably say equilibrium.
Emotionalism. Johnston. Summer. Reason. Activism. Union.
Okay, pretty good. All right, let's go to your voice recording 1.
Voice recording exercise 1. 1. The study of volcanism as was evident.
Now you're messing up a little bit on this. Is not really anything to do with pronunciation, but it's more about your grouping. If you say study of volcanoes, because that's not the subject is volcanism, the beginning of that's called in a positive. So you'll say, the study of volcanoes, then you have a pause. Volcanism was evident in our discussion last week, is often seen as. You see what I'm saying? So that thought group that precedes a subject, at the end of the thought group, you want to have rising tone there, and then we know you're getting to the next thought group, which is the subject and the verb.
Recording exercise 1. 1. The study of volcanism as was evident in our discussion last week is often seen as a decided reason for getting a BA in geology. 2. Brandon, the number 1 student at his high school, has written a letter to Columbia University with the assumption that he will be awarded a scholarship.
Good on the syllable division there. So awarded, exactly. It's awarded. 3 syllables.
3. The maximum temperature ever recorded in the United States was 133 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, let's stop there. So usually United States. United States.
During an extremely hot summer in Death Valley, California. 4. The emotionalism over the Johnston account caused each person to question the loyalty of the transition administration.
And there you say, again, the S, the medial S sound, you're still needing to work on that. So question or administration. So you're missing the S sound in the word question, administration.
5. The activism, skepticism, and criticism of the union helped to eliminate the oppression of its workers. Voice recording exercise 2. Autism, an abnormal absorption with the self, is often marked by communication disorders and short attention span and inability to treat others as people. Although there is no known cause and cure, many dissertations have been written about possible treatments for the disorder, with some allowing its patients to live semi-normal lives. Statistics suggest that approximately 5 in 1,000 people are affected by autism, making it more common in
It should say making it more common. That's my mistake.
our population than previously thought.
Okay, not bad. So let's read this one more time. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Autism, an abnormal absorption with the self, is often marked by communication disorders and short attention span and inability to treat others as people. Although there is no known cause or cure, many dissertations have been written about possible treatments for the disorder, with some allowing its patients to live semi-normal lives. Statistics suggest that approximately 5 in 1,000 people are affected by autism, making it more common in our population than previously thought. Alrighty, there we go. So during today's tutorial session, I've given you some feedback with the R and the L consonant sounds, also the K and the G consonant sounds, and I gave you some feedback with the and un syllabic consonants, as in the words possum and button. So keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. All right, bye-bye.